Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today for you guys, I'm going to be going over the possible roles that Linda Hamilton could be playing in Stranger Things Season 5. Now, if you don't know who Linda Hamilton is, she was recently announced to be a new cast member at Netflix Title on June 17th. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be saying, well, the Duffers said no new cast members. Well, they specifically said no new main cast members, which means like adding on another kid or adding on someone who's like significant like Joyce or Hopper. So they're obviously not going to do that. Linda Hamilton's not going to have that big of a role, but she still could have an impactful role on Season 5, and that's what we're going to discuss today. I have a few options here written down from my Discord. I asked everybody there, write down your predictions, and of course I have my own predictions. So if you want to join my Discord, link to that is in the description, and all my other socials are down there as well. And my new podcast, Popcorn Talks Podcast, we're posting once a week over there, so be sure to go check that out. And yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so a little background on Linda Hamilton is she's 66 years old, so she's around Dr. Brenner's age, and she was in the Terminator movies back in the 80s, and a lot of her roles included being in the military, so that's something to definitely consider before making your prediction. But the first prediction that we have on the board today, by the way, if you haven't already dropped a like, be sure to do so. That helps out the channel a lot. But the first option, or possibility, I guess, that we have today is kind of specific, but also sort of interesting. It's Billy's mom, that's also military, seeking revenge on the Upside Down for killing her son. Obviously, this is oddly specific and definitely probably not true, but I would honestly love to see that. We know that Billy's mom, like his biological mom, not his stepmom, is still alive. I believe she moved to California or somewhere not near them. So that would be very interesting, coming back for a revenge tour and sort of still being a villain. Being a villain. And the next option is Brenner's ex-wife or wife that sort of takes his place as that, that other villain, I guess. There's a lot of villains, but Brenner was always kind of the scary villain, the more, I guess I always found Brenner more intimidating because you never knew what he was capable of. So if he does have a wife out there somewhere or an ex-wife, she could have, a similar impact on the show. Now, I will say this, if she's somehow his ex-wife, she could be somewhat of a hero and not a villain. But if she's his wife, then she's definitely a villain, obviously. And that would be really cool because she, like I said, she's played military roles, she's played serious roles. I think she's definitely capable of playing a role like that. But Brenner having a wife is very unlikely. It is kind of likely for him having an ex-wife because it seems like the thing that he did was like commit and put all of his time into this project. So it kind of seems like he went all in on this after losing his wife, or maybe never having a wife, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of get that vibe with him. But that's just my opinion. The third option is she's just basic military, like alongside Sullivan, because she has that military background acting experience. This is a little bit generic, meaning that she won't probably have that big of a role, but she will be a small little villain. Maybe with the one that is really strict on getting everyone out of Hawkins, or little stuff like that. I could definitely see that happening. This would be fine, but I guess it'd kind of be underwhelming because she is, a big actor who has a good history. It would almost feel like just a small cameo if she played like a small military role. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping it's a little bit more impactful than just generic military. But that's just me. The fourth option is kind of funny, but this would be cool because we have heard a lot about Steve's parents. And someone said, what if she's Steve's mom? I forget what they said about Steve's mom specifically, but I remember them saying that he does have a dad who's like a lawyer, and he's kind of like has that, he's not a very good dad, basically. Wasn't around, always rich, all that stuff. That's why he had that party when they were gone and such. But I don't really remember what they said about his mom. But I would love to. I'm always here for more Steve Harrington backstory. I don't know about you guys. I'm always here for that, no doubt, no question. That would be cool. And the last option that I have written down here is new chief of police. Because Hopper is no longer chief of police, obviously. you know, she could take his place. That would be kind of, you know, basic, but also maybe having a little bit more role, a little bit of a bigger role than what she would have as a basic military member. I wouldn't mind this. But yeah, those are the options I came up with. If you guys have any other options, drop in the comments. Now I'm going to discuss what I want to happen and what I think is going to happen. So what I want to happen is, no question about it, I want her to be either Brenner's ex-wife or wife. If I had to choose between wife or ex-wife, I would say wife, because that would be very interesting, because it really wouldn't make sense why she wasn't in the picture then if they're still married, unless he hid all that stuff from her, which I highly doubt he did, or would. So I would love for her to be a wife and a villain, I think. It would be kind of cool to see her as a hero, though, because we haven't really had a lot of heroes. We've had a lot of, you know, scientists that were always, you know, villains, small villains, like Connie Frazier, all that stuff. I guess you have Dr. Owens, who kind of turned into a hero. But yeah, I would like to see her be a hero as well. But if she was a villain, which I think she will be, I think my personal favorite would be her being Dr. Brenner's current wife, and sort of filling that role for Dr. Brenner as well. I think that I would like that the most, because I think she's capable of that, and it makes me wonder, because her and Dr. Brenner are literally like the same age IRL, like Matthew Modine's 64, she's 66, so, you know, it definitely could work. Also, someone said that she could be Alice Creel. It's definitely not possible. Alice Creel was born in the late 1940s, and she's 66, and the show is set in 1988 right now, so she would have to play a 45-year-old. You know, she looks good for 66, but I don't know if she could play a 45-year-old. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be honest. Just trying to be realistic here. But that was kind of off topic. Well, not really. But yeah, if I had to choose what she was going to do, Dr. Brenner's current wife taking his place, that's my vote. Now let's get to the part where I think what's the most realistic role for her. Honestly, looking at these options, definitely something with the military, but I feel like maybe a bit of a bigger role in the military, not just a generic military, you know, person. Like I said when I was discussing the options, I think that if she was in the military, I would expect her to be like above Sullivan in leading the entire military. That's what I would expect if she's gonna play that type of role and be this big of a casting announcement, having her own, like she was the face of Tudum for Stranger Things 5. So I feel like, you know, if she was in the military, she would have to be like higher than Sullivan, and I think that's the most likely option. I guess the new chief of police is pretty, that's pretty likely as well. I mean, kind of generic, but would make sense taking Hopper's place, because I think, yeah, everyone in Hawkins thinks Hopper's dead, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Steve's mom is just like, you know, okay, that's a, you know, far-fetched prediction. And Billy's mom, that's also military, seeking revenge on the Upside Down for killing her son, is like, that's like, you know, wow, dream come true type writing for Linda Hamilton. But obviously I don't think that's the case either, but that would be really cool. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen with Linda and what type of role she will play considering her past acting experience. I'm super excited to see what she does for Stranger Things Season 5, what type of impact she has on the show. And yeah, I'm super pumped. Also, Stranger Things has been hinting at even more casting announcements. I'm assuming we're going to get 2 more characters. I'd say 1 to 2 more characters, maybe 3, on the same level of impact as Linda's going to have on the show. Sort of like Alexi, maybe not up to that exactly. But I'd say about Alexi's impact on the show, maybe 2 to 3 characters like that. And I would say most of them will probably be villains, because I heard someone say this as well. They said that they think they're adding all these cast members for season 5 because they don't want to kill off any main characters. And while that may be true to an extent, they're definitely going to kill off at least, I would say, 1 kid and 1 like Jonathan, Nancy, Steve, or Argyle, or you know, whoever else. Like, I think they're definitely going to kill off one of those people, just because they have to in order for the show's, you know, ending to go as planned. I mean, the show is ending. Someone has to die. Someone big has to die. Like someone on the level of, you know, Joyce, Hopper, L, Mike, Will, you know, those types of people, Steve. So yeah, I'm expecting at least 2 deaths as far as main characters that have been in the show for at least 2 to 3 seasons. That's what I'm expecting, and I don't think these new characters are going to prevent that from happening, but some people do think that. But let me know what you guys think. Like I said, what role Linda's going to play in season 5, and what other characters could be potentially added to the show. And with that being said, guys, be sure to join my Discord. Like I said down below, we talk Stranger Things 5 every single day. The hype is there in my Discord. I promise you that. If you guys are looking for people who are hyped about Stranger Things 5 consistently, my Discord's definitely the place to go. So the link to that is in the description. Like I said, check out my podcast, Popcorn Talks, on every single platform. And drop a like, subscribe, and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.